Part of building that lifelong connection with your baby starts with feeding them. As a new parent, knowing how to feed your baby will not only help to make this a special time, but a positive experience for both of you. Understanding what foods and when to feed them to your baby will also ensure that your baby grows and develops properly. The information in this video applies to healthy full-term babies. For parents with questions about feeding their babies born before full term or with specific medical conditions are advised to discuss this with their doctor or a registered dietitian. You can introduce solid foods to your baby starting at around 6 months of age. Not only is your baby interested and ready to handle foods with different flavors and textures by this time, but this is also the age when your baby will need to have additional sources of iron introduced into their diet. Starting solids with your baby either much before 6 months or waiting much past 6 months of age is not recommended. Milk feeds still remain the major source of nutrition for your baby, so solid food should be offered along with continued breastfeeding or iron-fortified infant formula. To start offering solid foods, sit your baby in a high chair and position them so that they are facing you. Health Canada recommends that you choose a food high in iron as your baby's first food. This means choosing either a cooked pureed meat alternative, or an iron-fortified infant cereal as your baby's first solids. Beginning with one meal, offer your baby a small amount of the chosen iron-rich food in a pureed texture. Start with 1 to 2 teaspoons. Introduce only one new food at a time and wait 1 to 2 days before starting the next food. Waiting a few days between new foods helps to make sure that your baby is tolerating new foods well and no allergies are present. Remember to relax and enjoy this special time with your baby. Allow lots of time for feeding and watch your baby for cues about their hunger and fullness. Slowly build the number and variety of solid foods that your baby is eating by continuing to offer already tried foods as you introduce more new foods. It's normal for your baby to appear not to like some new foods right away. Babies often need to try a single new food 10 times or more before they accept it, so it's important to keep offering a variety. As your baby learns to like more foods, they will be ready for larger amounts and solids at each meal. You may also find that as your baby eats more solid foods, the amount of breast milk or formula they consume will begin to taper off. This is normal. If you suspect your baby has had a reaction to a new food, stop offering that food and contact your family doctor. Your baby's first food needs to be high in iron. Pureed cooked meats including beef, chicken, pork, fish, and turkey, pureed meat alternatives such as cooked egg yolk, beans, and lentils, and iron-fortified infant cereals like rice, oatmeal, and barley are all examples of iron-rich foods that can be used as your baby's first foods. Iron-rich foods provide your baby with a daily source of iron needed for their proper growth and development. Iron is a critical nutrient in brain development, and not getting enough iron during infancy and early childhood can have serious negative, irreversible effects on children. After your baby has started on a variety of iron-rich foods and is eating them daily, you can start to introduce other nutritious foods in an appropriate texture. This should include a variety of pureed cooked vegetables and soft mashed fruits, as well as milk products such as yogurt and soft pasteurized cheeses. Continue to only offer one new food at a time and wait a couple of days before going on to the next new food. Adding extra salt, sugar, or fat to your baby's food is not recommended. Plain, nutritious foods are best for your baby. Other than offering iron-rich foods first, it is not necessary to follow any order of introduction for foods. Remember, this is a building process, with the goal being that your baby is eating a variety of healthy foods in a pureed texture. So remember, start introducing solid foods to your baby at around 6 months of age. Your baby's first foods should be iron-rich foods for their proper growth and development. And gradually increase the number of solid foods your baby is eating until they're enjoying a variety of nutritious foods in an appropriate texture.